Welcome to Find My Market. Our app uses an intuitive map interface to help you find farmers markets in your area. With multiple filtering options and the ability to favorite markets, Find My Market is the most comprehensive farmers market search tool available. On the front end, the development team is made up of Michelle Kaplan and Quinn Alder. The back end team is Zach Holcomb, Tyler Porter, and Colin Alexander. Michelle is going to give you all a demo of Find My Market. Take it away, Michelle.
Thanks, Tyler. So let's run through Find My Market. It's the best national farmers market directory. So to begin, you can either register or sign in. We've already created a user, so instead of registering, we're going to sign in. So we'll enter our email, which is dwight@gmail.com, and we'll enter our password. So upon clicking submit, we'll be taken to a map view. You'll find markets within 50 miles of you. So let's get started. We can go to the hamburger menu and we can go ahead and view our profile to start with. We'll see our username and our email. If we want to, we can update our information. So we'll see that it's Dwight Schrute right now, but we can update it to just Dwight. We could also update our email, but we're just going to update our name for now. We see that it's directly reflected there. We also see that we don't currently have any markets that are favorited. We can also update our profile image. So this one looks a lot better, so let's use this one. Now we can go back home and we can go to a marker, and when we click on it, we can see market information. So we'll zoom in. We see that this is Belmar Fresh Market. We see its address, its distance away, and season info. We can also click on this button here and go to the market's website. Now we can go back to our application, and if we want to, we can favorite this market, and we'll notice that it takes it back to our location. What we can do is go to our hamburger menu and display our favorite markets. And when we do, we can zoom out. We'll see that we see our favorite market there. It's in red. It's a different color, which is nice. We can go to our hamburger menu, go back to our profile. At this point, we'll see that our favorite market is in there, which is great. So let's go back home. What we can also do at this point is we can search for a new city and state. So let's search for Seattle, Washington. Upon clicking submit, we'll notice that the map view will actually change, and now we're in Seattle. If we want to, we can go and we can filter by date. So let's see what's going on August 21st. We can also select different products that we can filter by that would be at that market. We can filter either by date, product, or date and product together. When we submit it, we'll notice that those markets are filtered out. We can go back to the filter and clear out the filters that we currently have on it, and we'll get all of our markets back to us. So yeah, that's Find My Market. At this point, we can go to our hamburger menu and log out. So I hope you enjoyed it. Now I'm going to pass it to Zach to talk about our tech stack.
Yeah, thanks, Michelle. So Find My Market on the back end is running on two separate APIs. The first one is using all of the USDA farmers markets data, which we built in Ruby using GraphQL. We use the geocoder gem to deal with all of the distances. On the Find My Market backend, the user's backend is running on Python using FastAPI. We use PyTest for testing there, and both backends are running on PostgreSQL, as well as using Travis CI for continuous integration and Heroku, and are deployed on Heroku. On the front end, we built the app in React Native using Expo, and we use Jest for testing, and the front end is also deployed with continuous integration. Now I'm going to pass it on to Quinn to discuss wins and challenges on the front end.
Yeah, thank you, Zach. So just a couple wins and challenges. As you can see, there are a few here that we faced throughout the development of this project. But we're just going to really define one big win and challenge, and that was the call out. So as the user was favoriting or clicking on a market to be able to see specific information in regards to that market, creating an event or a call out subview that allowed the user to interact with that call out was very, very difficult. We had met with a few people that were working within React Native on an actual development team, and we weren't able to come to a solution together. but through a lot of time and effort, Michelle was able to get that going for us. And without that, we would not be able to view the market's website as well as favorite. So just a big shout out to her. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to Colin, and he'll go ahead and talk about the back end for y'all.
Awesome. Thank you, Quinn. Yeah, so the back end, we also had our fair share of challenges. The kind of the highlight challenge and a highlight win for us was the USDA Farmers Market API. There is one in existence, however, it's quite inefficient. A lot of the data itself is quite dirty, just poorly formatted, incorrect fields, all that. So one of the wins that we had for that was we actually recreated that API using that data. We cleaned it up a little bit and made it a lot more efficient using GraphQL. And that's one of our more prideful moments in this project. I'll hand this off to Tyler to talk about our future goals.
Yeah, so we definitely like to continue working on this project. And one of our future iterations we'd like to implement would be push notifications. We'd love to be able to send a notification to a user within 24 hours before one of their favorite markets takes place. We also have a few bugs we'd kind of like to work out. Currently, our filter toggling can be a little bit buggy, and then some of our queries are a little bit slow. Along with that USDA data, we'd like to ultimately be collecting market data directly from markets, as the USDA is not up to date and has very inconsistent data there as well. So that's Find My Market. Thank you so much for stopping by to check us out. And please get in contact with us if you have any questions.